Hi everyone, I'm Cinder89, and welcome to a new Let's Play project, Final Fantasy IV. What you just heard there was the crystal theme, and probably my favorite crystal theme of all the Final Fantasies. There's just something about Final Fantasy IV's crystal theme that really strikes a chord with me. It's also known as the intro theme. Go check it out. You can find it everywhere, really. And listen to Final Fantasy IV's. I think it's the best, personally. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is the first Let's Play of mine you're checking out. Please bear with me. I like to go over a lot of things beforehand. That way we kind of get all that minutia out of the way. That way we can get to the game. So please bear with me. First of all, this is not going to be a 100% playthrough. It just won't be. I never promise that because I end up forgetting something or just messing up along the way somewhere. What I do promise is we'll hopefully have a lot of fun, and I will show off everything that I can and can remember. I've probably played this Final Fantasy more than any other Final Fantasy, but this will be new for me. I'm playing this on Steam. This is the Steam version, which is a port of the DS version, which I haven't played. I've played the SNES version, both the what was brought over to North America and named Final Fantasy II, and I've also played the Japanese version translated, and I've also played the PlayStation 1 version, which is probably my favorite one. This is one of my favorite Final Fantasies. I hesitate to say it is my favorite because it's probably a tie between this one and 6 if I had to rank them. I enjoy this one very much. If you've played it before, you hopefully like it as well. If you haven't played it, I really hope you enjoy this journey because I think it'll be a really fun one. There's a lot of emotions, and that's probably why it's my favorite Final Fantasy. People say it hasn't aged well. I prefer to disagree. Maybe the combat hasn't aged well. People say the story hasn't aged well, that it's cliche. I tend to disagree because what's considered cliche these days isn't cliche anymore because nobody does it. Getting to the game itself, as you see, we have normal and hard difficulty. I'm going to play on normal just to show off the game kind of how it was, I guess. I've heard that this version, this DS port version, the Steam version, is harder than what was typical reading forums and things. So I kind of look forward to that. We'll see. And one last thing before we get started. I know, kind of a big intro. Hopefully you've still stuck with me. We'll have a lot of fun soon, I promise. The sound is going to be really loud, and I'm going to try to fix this in editing, but the very first part of this game, it throws us directly into like a, not a cutscene, but, yeah, I guess it is kind of a cutscene thing. Characters are going to talk. I can't lower the volume to where I want it in the settings until after that. So the sound's going to be really loud. I'll try to edit it in post as best I can. Just know that if the music overwhelms my commentary, because there will be a little bit of a dialogue between some characters, kind of important dialogue, that's why. So bear with me on that, because after that first introduction part, when I get into the settings, I'm going to lower the sound volume, and hopefully everything will be right after that. Again, thank you very much for watching and bearing with me through that first part. You're still watching. Like I said, I like to get all of that out of the way so you get some of my background of the game, and you have some knowledge of my history with it and things like that. All that out of the way, let's get started with Final Fantasy IV.
Lord Captain, we're nearly to the Baron border.
So we are.
The trouble's him, too. Orders may be orders, but this goes too far.
Lord Captain! We're the Red Wings, the pride of Baron! Must we now be thieves, sent to plunder from the weak?
Enough.
But Lord Captain, the Mysidians offered no resistance, and still we cut them down.
Listen to me. We did no more than what our kingdom's peace and prosperity required us to do. The Mysidians knew too much of the crystal and its secrets. His Majesty deemed it so. We are the Red Wings of Baron. It is not our place to question the orders of our king.
Lord Captain.
Lord Captain! Monsters at the fore! Everyone all right?
Aye. But all these monsters as of late. Disturbing, is it not? I wonder what it bodes. We've reached the castle, my lord.
Well then, prepare for landing, men.
Lord!
Ah, the young lord returns triumphant. You did secure Mysidius crystal, did you not? The crystal is ours, but the Mysidians, they did not even raise a hand in their own defense, Baigan. All's the better then, is it not? Only fools would dare oppose the almighty will of Baron. Come, we must not keep His Majesty waiting. A moment, my lord. Your Majesty, I fear our good Lord Cecil's faith in you begins to waver. Does it now? Indeed, your loyalty and worth are proven once again, Captain Baigan. But the crystal is all that matters. Bring him before me. As you wish. Lord Cecil, His Majesty bids you enter. The Kingdom of Baron hails your return, Cecil. You've brought me the crystal, I trust. I have, Your Majesty. It is genuine, Your Majesty. So it is. See how it shines. That will be all, Cecil. You may leave us now. Your Majesty, have you some other matter to discuss? Our king has granted you your leave, and yet you would trouble him further? I know it is not my place to ask, Your Majesty, and I pray you can forgive my indiscretion. But what is it you aim to do? Your ways are not as they once were. My men's hearts grow heavy with misgiving. As does yours. Your Majesty, no. I would never doubt. Do you take me for a fool, Cecil? Do you think your treasonous whisperings escape my ears? After all I've done for you, Cecil, you wound me. This is most unfortunate, but I can place no trust in one who offers none in return. I hereby relieve you of the command of the Red Wings. My liege. You will go down to the Valley of Mist instead. There's a task I would have you do. A phantom creature haunts the borders of that land, the Elderloon of Mist. You will slay it and deliver this ring to the village that lies beyond. They will know its meaning. Be gone at first light on the morrow. Your Majesty. I beg you, my liege, reconsider. You know Cecil would not betray you. Ah, Kay, I was not aware this matter concerned you. But as you seem so eager to protect your friend, let your spear accompany his blade on the road to Mist. Your Majesty, I've no more words. Take the ring and be gone, while my mood is yet fair. My liege! Cain, forgive me. I did not mean to draw you into this. What's to forgive? We'll slay this Elderloon of his and all will be forgotten. You'll be commanding the Red Wings again before you know it. Cain. You must be tired from Medicia, no? Mysidia, no? Leave the preparations to me and get yourself some rest. There we go. And again, hopefully that makes the volume well. I kind of tested it, and low seemed to be where it is, but if it's still too soft for all of you, let me know in the comments, and I'll adjust it next episode and make it medium. If you've been a veteran of this channel, you know I will constantly tinker with music, with sound, to try to make it what's best for everyone, all of you that are watching. Just let me know in the comments if it's too soft, too loud. If you think it's just fine, please let me know, and I will adjust. Subtitles, Windows design, you can change the colors. I'm going to go with the traditional look. Leave the subtitles on. Since I'm here, I might as well go over everything. Music, sound effects, voices. Battle mode. There's wait and active. The difference is wait. If you're in a menu, the time bar will stop. Go over that when we get into combat. It's kind of an RPG system, excuse me, that everybody knows now. But I'll still go over combat and all of that if you're new to RPGs. I try to be new player friendly and but still be veteran, give the veterans something as well. So I expect a little bit of everything on my channel. For, like I said, wait, the time bar will stop. You'll know what that means when we get into combat. Active, the time bar will not stop while you're in a menu, which I think is more difficult in my opinion. I prefer wait. Battle speed, I set it up. I may even go more. If you're new to RPG, set it lower. That way you have kind of some time to think and get used to it. Just to make it go faster, I'll set it more up and may even increase it in the future. There we go. My liege, what could all this possibly serve? Now, of course, this game was on the SNES first, the Super Nintendo system, entertainment system. SNES for short. So these graphics are pretty new to me. It's, I'm used to the 16-bit graphics, so now that these are newer graphics, I think they look pretty good. Some people may disagree, but I'm still partial to the old 16-bit graphics. What do we get? An alarm clock. Removes sleep status. Neat. Now, something that's new in this version that I didn't know before, I don't remember doing before, definitely wasn't in the SNES version, is you do that first fight. You actually are in control. That wasn't the case in the older versions. That's interesting, but I did the fight the same way that Cecil does in the older fights. He will use the red fang to clear them out. You don't have to do that, but I figured I'd keep it the same way just because some of you that know the older versions, I think, would get a nice smile out of that. Doesn't know any magic. Cecil's level 10. I hope I'm saying his name right, because I always butcher it. Because used to not know how to say the name. You know, there was no voice acting. 237 HP, 27 MP. For equipment, he has all dark equipment. He has a dark sword, dark shield, dark helmet, dark armor, dark gloves. He's a Dark Knight. That's what he is. Does it actually say that? Yes, Dark Knight. Stats. Go over these real quick. Get all of this out of the way. That way we don't have to go over it later. We can get it all out of the way now. Strength. How strong the character is. It'll determine attack power. Speed. How fast they go in combat. How quickly the time gauge will go up. Stamina affects HP. Intellect affects magic and attack. And spirit will affect healing magic. How good they are at it. Attack, pretty obvious how much damage they're going to do. Roughly, you know, he's not going to do 10 damage when he hits. But attack gives you a sense of how strong the character is compared to other characters, things like that. How much physical damage they're going to do. Accuracy, how accurate they are, how often they're going to miss hit. Defense, how much damage they're going to take. Physical damage they're going to take. Higher defense, lower physical damage. Evasion, chance to dodge an attack. Higher evasion, more chance to dodge. Higher attack, more physical attack power. Magic defense, higher magical defense. And magic evasion, higher chance to dodge magic attacks. Now, this is new to me. I don't understand this screen, the whole command screen and whole auto battle command. I'm not used to that. So apparently there's a auto battle command. You can just have your characters battle. You just press a button and off they go. They'll do whatever the auto battle command is. Could be handy. And battle commands, apparently you can change out your battle commands, which again is new to me. So there we go. That should be everything. Quick save will save your game and kick you out to the menu, and you can continue from there. But once you do, the quick save goes away. It's just so if you have to, you get called or something, have to go to work, or you have to leave, or something like that. You can just quick save and then pick it up later. Save is obviously save at that point. Alright. Rumors swarm about His Highness like so many flies, but I shudder to think what might happen were he to catch wind of them. Rash actions are ill-advised, at least if you value your life. So here we are in Baron Castle. Something that reading the forums and things, this game does have some frame rate issues, so if things look a little jumpy, just know that's not my computer or anything, that's the game naturally. I've tried to combat them best I can, but you may see some frame rate problems. just know that I've done my best with that, and if I find out any other solutions along the way, I'll do my best with those. Just know it's kind of a common problem with this version, this DS port. I, for one, believe in our king. He's a man who is not afraid to act on his beliefs. Good for you. Oh, that's handy. So you can see kind of some frame rate jumps as Cecil walks. It's kind of a thing. So there's a map. Hey, treasure! The provisions within this chamber are yours to employ as you see fit. The switch upon that wall controls the mechanism that opens the door. So this one. Open. Treasure chest is side 480 gil. Ether. That's standard Final Fantasy money. And a tent. Now, what might end up happening, what will more than likely end up happening, is I like to compare things quite a bit to older versions. So I may be like, oh, that's new from the, PS1 version from what I remember. So kind of get used to that, but don't worry. Like I said, I always make the best effort to be new player friendly, new watcher friendly. So I'll explain everything to the best that I can. Cecil! Thank goodness, you're all right. The orders from Mysidia came so suddenly I'd worried. We're fine. Small wonder, considering we fought mages who did not fight back. Cecil! I'll visit you in your tower later. Of course. Let's see. Baron Castle. I remember there being a few, one or two secrets here, but... Baron Dungeon. We've imprisoned the Mysidian mages who stood against us. It should be safe to speak to them as long as you do so through the bars. Hi. You're the filthy Dark Knight. Do you truly think what you've done will go unpunished? What you do to us is of little consequence, but please, you must restore the crystal to Mysidia. Well, that's not gonna happen, so... You know nothing. That crystal's not some mere glittering stone. Well, who knows? Maybe the mages know what they're talking about. So there is a lot that you can do here. A lot of people to talk to. Some NPCs, you can get some background, but well, look who's home. Rosa's been worried sick about you, you know? Make that girl cry and you'll have me to answer to, you hear? Speaking of girls, how are my babies? Didn't burn out any engines, did you? You and them goons of yours need to treat those ships with more respect. Hey, why the long face? Something the matter? Said What? He's sending you out to hunt the Elderloon instead? What'll happen to the Red Wings without you? I tell you, something's gotten into His Majesty. He's ordered me to build a new airship. You know, more maneuverable one, more firepower. What's he thinking? I'm not building these things for him to wage war. There's talk among those townspeople too. Everyone's worried about where Baron's headed. Now the king's sending you away from us. Missed, eh? I'll take care of yourself. Suppose I don't need to worry about you, though, do I? I'd best be on my way, too. That daughter of mine is going to wring my neck if I spend another night here without tricking in at home. Bye, Sid. So, we've met a few characters already. We have the character we're in control of. Cecil, he's, I guess you could say, the main character of this. You'll be in control of him a lot. You have Kane, who's the commander of the Dragoons, and who's will be accompanying us. You see Rosa, who's a white mage, and Sid, who is the airship master. So you meet a lot of characters off the bat. Don't worry, you'll learn more about them as the game and story continue. Hi. Greetings and salutations, Sir Knight. My name is Namingway. I travel the world bestowing new names upon those dissatisfied with the ones they already possess. But as of late, I find fewer and fewer wishing to take advantage of my renaming services. What say you? Won't you try a new name on for size? No, that's fine. We'll just stick with the same names. Enter up to 5 characters. Use the keyboard to enter the name. Namingway lets you change your name. Say what? You can't change your name? Well, this is certainly unprecedented. It's almost as though my existence here serves no purpose. A Namingway who cannot change a man's name is no Namingway at all. I believe it's time I embarked on a new journey to find my proper place in this world. Oh, maybe you can't change your name right then, but that's what Namingway will do. Well then, till we meet again. Bye. I don't remember meeting him there. That was way later. I've turned your bed, my lord. They told me you would be departing again on the morrow. Rest well tonight. Thank you. You see, pretty nice room.
Your Majesty, what's become of you? Where is the noble knight, the man who took me in as an orphan and raised me as his own? The strong, just king I once knew. Is a crystal worth all this? Robbing a peaceful people of what's theirs by right. What need could be so great? King's orders or no, there's no forgiving what we've done.
Cecil? Won't you tell me what happened? First you're sent off to Mysidia, and now to hunt some beast again so soon? Did something happen in Mysidia?
No, it's nothing.
Then why won't you look at me?
In Mysidia, we stole a crystal from people who had done no wrong. I've worn this darkened armor for so long now. There's no mote of light left in me. Not even in my heart.
You're a good man, Cecil.
I'm a coward. A coward who cannot even defy orders he knows he ought not follow.
Cecil of the Red Wings is many things, but he is no coward. Not the Cecil who I love. The king is sending you to Mist to slay the Eidolon, isn't he? If anything were to happen to you, I couldn't...
Kane will be with me. I'll be fine. It's late. You should get some rest.
careful.
Thank you, Rosa. But I know what I've become.
Shall we then, Cecil?
I'll be counting on you, my friend.
Then you've nothing to fear.
And so the Dark Knight Cecil, stripped of his command of the Red Wings, set out for the distant Valley of Mist. Together with Kane, commander of the Dragoons, he would pursue a faceless quarry and a chance for redemption. The advent of the airship had marked the realization of mankind's most ancient dream, but man is a creature seldom sated, and he was quick to dream anew. With the unparalleled might of the Red Wings, Baron's military soon reigned supreme. Why then does its king now seek the crystals? And why have fearsome monsters suddenly begun to overrun the once calm land? If the crystals know, they share no answers. Only their pure and silent light. Forgive me, Kane. I meant for none of this to happen. With that, I'm going to end this first episode here. We'll save. As you see, we also have Kane. Less MP, 13 MP, 206 HP, also level 10. Real quick, Kane has a spear. Dragoons use spears. He'll be able to use other things, but spear is kind of the traditional Dragoon weapon. Or, I guess this is where it started, that spear became a traditional Dragoon weapon. Iron shield, helmet, armor, and gloves. So, iron equipment. Thank you very much for watching. I know this first episode has been, it really sets the stage with some major players, some major characters. You get some of Cecil's feelings, which are very important to see how that changes as we go along on the journey. Some people don't like the whole opening to Final Fantasy IV. They feel it's slow. It's not any slower than a lot of other Final Fantasies, in my opinion. But there is a lot. You get some of the interaction. You just get the first taste of interaction between Cecil and Rosa and their feelings. I really enjoy it. I hope you do too. Stick with me if you haven't, though, because trust me, all of this you saw right here, this first episode, is really important. You'll see why as we continue through the game. You'll understand why when you look back. Next time, we'll get into combat, so I can go over it. It's pretty pretty traditional now for an RPG. Also, we'll go into town, and I think I'll even show off the, there's a place in town, hopefully it's still here, that's kind of a training place, a tutorial place, if you will. That way I can go over all of that. That way you can see it, because a lot of people don't go over that. Just so you can see it. For those of you that are new to RPGs, because I know there are people out there that are. Whew, okay. Again, thank you very much for watching. I know, like I said, this first part, we got a lot of things out of the way. Please stick with me. We'll get into combat and do all that stuff next time and really start to see Final Fantasy IV. All I'm asking, give me a chance. That's all I ask. Hopefully you still had a lot of fun. I know I did. It's nice to relive some of these memories. Until the next episode, where we'll really jump in. I'm Century 9. Remember to shoot for the stars, and take care, everyone.